I've seen a lot of handhelds come through the office, and there's been a lot of innovation over the last few years, but what's really catching my eye is the trend of mini handhelds. Heck, even SEGA released the Game Gear Micro. We have the Pocket Sprite that takes design from the Game Boy DMG, and recently I reviewed a Micro Game Boy Advance that was utterly terrible, but nobody is taking advantage of the much beloved Game Boy Advance SP until now. There's a company, or a product shall I say, called the Funkey S. And for those of you that have been around the channel for some time, I did actually get hands on a prototype a few months ago, but now they have finished it and came out with a few versions. We have the Atomic Purple, we have the Original Purple, and the Retro Gaming Grey. And I will be giving one of these away over on Twitter, so check out the description box for the link to that Twitter post and you can enter the giveaway. So let's take a look at the Atomic Purple and see what the Funkey S has to offer. So the packaging, weirdly enough, is very similar size to the original Game Boy Advance SP. I don't know if that was planned at all, but you know, it fits. And this is what you get when you open up the box. You're greeted with your Funkey S retro handheld here, and it comes with a lanyard already built in for you to add to your keyrings should you want that. I've actually removed mine just for review purposes on the Atomic Purple, which I'll show you in here. You also get some replaceable buttons should you want to pimp your handheld into, you know, something a bit more colorful. You have a micro USB cable and an instruction manual here, which I thought was kind of interesting because it looks like the Funkey S. You also have the Original Purple. This is for you GameCube fans out there. This is a different color variant with purple and white buttons. I'll open up the gray, the DMG gray I'm going to call it. And again, that comes with customizable buttons as well. But my favorite has to be the Atomic Purple here, which is slightly transparent and just looks extremely nostalgic. And this is what it looks like without the lanyard. So it is tiny. You know, it is a very, very small handheld. When you're playing, you're basically playing like this. It does come with shoulder buttons as well, the Funkey S logo on top, and a little D-pad action buttons. And when you open it up, you are greeted with a very, very easy OS. And this is one thing I really love about the Funkey S, is that it's simple. Out of the box simplicity is a 10 out of 10. When you open it up, you have all your emulators here. You just skip through them: Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, NES, SNES, Game Gear, Master System, Genesis, you name it. All of your emulators are on here. And when you go into your emulators as well, you will be greeted with your games with a bunch of box art. And you can actually install your own box art via USB and stuff in this handheld, because it's very, very open source. And you can basically edit it to however you want, really. I think we're using Emulation Station in here, which is easy to use and easy to navigate. So in terms of hardware, yes, it's incredibly small, but what I like about it is that it's adorable. It can fit in your keychain, fit in your pocket, and the actual performance of it is very, very impressive for its size. Like, it emulates PlayStation 1 very well, and even some like $80 handhelds that I reviewed don't even do it to this performance level, and they're 3 times as big. So the Funkey S team have really done some great work here. The shell's very, very durable. The shoulder buttons are perfectly placed to resemble the Game Boy Advance SP. The screen is 1.5 inches with a resolution of 240 by 240. And inside you have a 410 milliamp battery, which can get a few hours of gameplay out of it should you be gaming for that long in one session. And obviously you got that clamshell look, which is so satisfying. And each one snaps just like the old classic Game Boy Advance SP. Just like so. It's just an all-round, well-built little device. And when I got the prototype, which is this one here, you can see that it's, you know, not the finished product. I saw the button quality, and I did mention it in the review, But, you know, I was like, they need to be, you know, better quality buttons on here. And they did just that in the final edition of the Funkey S. And the buttons are very, very durable, very, very good quality. And it just feels nice in the hand. Admittedly, you know, I can only play for a maximum of like 30 minutes on this thing before I have to put it down and kind of like rest the hands. But that's exactly why you take the Funkey S out with you, is for quick gameplay while you're in the car, you know, in traffic or waiting for someone or getting the train. It's just an all-round cool little quirky device that's very well made, and it resembles the Gameboy Advance SP incredibly well. The only thing I would have liked would have been USB-C. The micro USB is, you know, it's old technology, so a USB-C version would have been really cool, and it would have added that modern form factor to a new device. Now, I wanted to add this into the top 10 retro handhelds of 2020, but, you know, this wasn't released until this year, so I couldn't do that, even though I had the prototype, but I didn't want to review it just off the prototype. What I'm going to do now is actually jump into some gameplay and show you the performance of the little Funkey S. And to get out, you simply press the on-off button once and you come into their own custom-built menu. And you can go through aspect ratio, however you want to set that. You can load your save state or save. You can change the brightness on your Funkey S, change the volume, or you can exit game and go directly back out into the menu. Just as easy as that. Another great feature about the Funkey S isn't what the team has made, it's actually what the community has made. They're so knowledgeable and passionate about this itty bitty device that they've actually managed to get Super Mario 64 working on this thing. Silky smooth, which is impressive because some $100 handhelds can't even emulate this. So what the community have done is actually very, very impressive. And this is just the beginning. Like, you need to remember the Funkey S only came out a few days ago as of filming this. So imagine what the community will do in the next coming months. It's exciting, actually, when you think of it like that. Another cool feature about the Funkey S, if your handheld runs out of battery or you shut it down mid-game, it will actually save it instantly before it shuts down. So when you open back up your handheld, it will play directly from that game like so. One question you're probably asking is, Brandon, is it comfortable to play on? No, not really. It's very, very small. Just because it's not comfortable to play on doesn't mean I don't love playing on it. If you want a comfortable handheld, this isn't going to be something for you. This is a pocket-sized, friendly, itty-bitty device, and my thumbs touch a number of buttons, so I got to be quite precise when playing games. And do I touch buttons that I don't want to on occasion? 100%. But again, this is a very specific small niche that's targeted to those that want a little games device that can emulate up to PlayStation 1 flawlessly on a keychain, in your back pocket, or give it to a kid. It's that niche that this excels in, and it's very, very good at doing that. And the OS is so intuitive, easy, well designed, that I feel like I could give this to a retro gaming noob or someone who's been in the retro gaming scene and the emulation scene for years, and they'll still love how sleek it feels and how well designed it is. So this is probably my favorite mini handheld so far, and it's definitely going in our top 10 list at the end of the day, because Funkey S is doing something that others don't want to do. And it's good to see the retro community getting behind this handheld and trying out new things like Super Mario 64. The Funkey S team should be proud of what they created, and it really makes me happy to see companies like this coming out into fruition out of nowhere and building something great. So I will leave links below for any of you interested in picking one up. If you don't, enter the giveaway. You could have the chance of winning one of these here. As per usual, thanks for watching. If you want to see more retro handheld reviews, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to support the Retro Dodo team even more, we do have a Patreon in the links below. Have a great day.